Love this song, like absolutely. Great evening, everybody. Happy, blessed, motivated mind Monday. I pray that you are having a wonderful and fantastic day. I'm gonna try to turn my microphone volume down here. It sounds really loud to me. I turned it down a little bit. Okay, you guys too loud or too loud or too low. That's the opposite, right? If it's too loud or too low, please let me know. Great evening. Happy New Year. Once again, this is the first Chat with Cat and Friends show since the new year began, and I pray that you guys are all enjoying yourself, right? I know we've had some rough weather, we've had some crazy news, we've had some horrific events. I would say horrific, like some really tragic things have happened in the world, maybe in your life. I'm praying for you. We are praying for you. Let us continue to lift one another in prayer, right? Sow those seeds of encouragement, of great faith, of grace, of acknowledgement, right? And recognition. I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. My church service yesterday was off the chain. It was off the chain. It was virtual. We were not in the building. And it was still great. It was still great. Abundant Harvest Ministries, you guys, right here in Baltimore. If you're here, stop by. Look, if you get to drop by any of our Facebook pages, yeah, touch the link if it's listed, or ask for it, whatever the case may be. But 1720 Belmont Avenue, Abundant Harvest Ministries, our great pastor, Pastor Stephen Laws, and his wonderful, awesome, intelligent wife, Lady Robin Lawrence. It was an awesome time on yesterday and every Sunday. Every Sunday it is. That extra pouring in on Sunday, oh my gosh, I need that every Sunday. Every Sunday. That's what it's for. That's what it's for, to help, to pour in, to replenish, and all of those things. So I pray that you get your replenishment, and maybe on Saturday that you get your replenishment. However that comes to you, however that works in your community, in your life, get it, do it, and do not neglect your spiritual wellness. Above all else, do not neglect your spiritual wellness. It is so very important. I love important. Did I say important? Important. It's very important. How are y'all doing on tonight? If you're there, send up some hearts. Let me know. Share this live. Share this interview. We have an awesome, wonderful woman of God with us on tonight. A woman of faith, of great strength and encouragement, an advocate. You see, my schedule has changed somewhat. The show schedule has changed somewhat, but we're going to press on. God is still good, and He's still blessing. Look, give him. Look, what He told me is, you start, I finish. Is that the deal? You got to talk to Him for you, but that's the deal. I start, take them steps, and He's going to finish. He's going to do exactly what He said He would do. Don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Walk in it high and proud. Yeah, with all of that, be humble, keep your humility and all of those great things. Keep grace before you and about you, and walk in that integrity. Walk in your victory. Walk in your victory. I love Kiara. Kiki shared she's married and has a new last name now, and I'm not used to it yet. So I'm gonna leave it right there. There's more. Kelly, right? That's it. Kira, yeah, that's it. So I love all of her music. I love all of them. That is my favorite song, and it's still thriving and going. I'm bumping it here in 2022 as well, because it's still relevant. It's still relevant to me. I pray that you grab hold of that encouragement and empowerment music, those tunes, even those sounds. Sometimes melodies have a way of working on our emotions. They can either hype you, make you happy, make you on cloud nine, or they can bring you down, make you low, make you sad and regretful, and all of these other things. So be careful of that. You know what? So without further ado, our guest is here on this evening. So I'm going to bring her on. And I'll chat back with you guys later on after the interview, and then I'll see you later on this week. Subscribe to the channel, Emerge to Wellness. It has changed. Emerge to Wellness. Subscribe to the channel. Same great content and information. Subscribe to the channel. Videos will be uploaded daily. And I thank you in advance for sharing the channel, for hitting that like button, for touching the notification bell too, so that you can be informed every time great information, informative information, wellness information, motivated is added to this channel, because that's what it's all about. We're sewing into one another for that emerge to wellness, because some of us need to jump into it. We just need to just go forward in the wellness of who we are, how God has created us to be. So look, we're gonna bring on Angel, and I thank her on tonight.
Hi,
Hey,
everyone.
lady.
Hey, Miss Cat.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great.
Awesome, awesome. I'm so glad to have you with us on tonight. Look, tell us who you are while I'm gonna just go into it just a little bit, because you were with me for the month of November. The
Mhm.
thankful did the thankful segment for thrivers and survivors, pushers, and all of that great stuff, because we hey, you guys, we need some pushers. We've been through a whole lot of stuff. And you're here
Mhm.
today to elaborate and catch us up on how you're doing, how your organization is developing, because it is
Mhm.
in development right now. So let us know about it, Angel. Let us know about your awesome organization. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you so much, Miss Cat. Once again, my name is Angel Harmon, and I'm focusing on bringing awareness to pregnancy loss. This past June, I lost my second baby. She was a stillborn. Her name is Zipporah Jane Harmon. Um, and it's this organization is going to be for our dads as well as moms. We want to create a community of support for them, access to resources of getting through this journey and learning how to be a parent with their child not presently with them.
Right. It's such a wonderful organization and concept. The concept, I don't know how readily available services of the magnitude that you're seeking to provide to those who have lost pregnancy, whether it's stillborn, whether you've given birth, and then
Mhm.
you have a passing of your child. It is one
Mhm.
of those very, very hugely sensitive, but it is monumentally felt, and it's felt by more than whatever numbers whatever numbers I know, or you guys out
Mhm.
there know, like triple that number, like
Yeah.
multiply it by 10. And that's how it's so prevalent. It's such a prevalent thing. So the services that you're providing are so necessary and so needed in our varying communities, no matter who you are, no matter,
Absolutely.
there's no differentiation. So wow. And you let us know that this was your second miscarriage.
This was my second pregnancy loss. My first pregnancy loss was a miscarriage.
Hmm.
I carried that baby to 9 weeks, and my daughter Zipporah, I carried her about 36 weeks and 4 days. Um, and my organization really wants to bring awareness to gestational
Yeah.
diabetes. That was the cause of her death. It was undetected during the pregnancy, and I cannot stress more, advocate more for, moms or potential moms, women that are just looking to conceive, to make a great relationship with your primary care doctor. Make sure you're getting those regular physicals so you can know if you have any blood sugar issues, if you have any blood pressure issues, and just being like very vigilant throughout your pregnancy. Because I had no history of any problems with um, blood sugar issues, so it was just a thing of being conscious of it. And I think from me, not having a history of it, is maybe women would like to invest in a blood sugar monitor, when throughout their pregnancy, so they can independently, be in charge of their health, be
Right.
educated.
Be proactive. Take some proactive steps, and that's what oh man, that's what it's been some time for me. And I haven't had the experience somewhat just as you have described, and everybody's experience is different.
Right.
And I just salute you. I salute your strength. I praise God for just being able to use this, being able to use, and then your want and will to be able to use your very sensitive, very personal experience in the loss of your baby and loss of pregnancy, um, and you're ready and able to tell your story so that there's intention, so that it will help
Yeah.
one. You're readily available, and of course, that didn't happen all of the next day or whatever.
Of
Um,
course.
time, right? That took some healing time, and we'll talk about that. But
Mhm.
um, just to shout out your strength, your courage. I thank you also very much for everything that you're doing, and that you see, that you've envisioned for your organization, and all that's inside of you that I know is going to be so monumentally helpful, useful, praiseworthy, award winning. I mean, you know, talking about these things is not an easy thing. We won't get a whole
Yeah.
bunch of, we won't get a whole, there may not be any of that, but the discussions have to be had, and
Yeah.
it's worth acknowledgement. You have to, people, especially those who have had lost
Yeah.
pregnancies, who have had miscarriages, who have had um, um, different situations that have come about where they've lost a
Mhm.
child. That has to be recognized and acknowledged as something of value, and
Yeah.
not just to you personally, but to society. It's a great value to our society. Your stories are, your experiences are. So thank you so very much. You're giving someone to hope, even if you haven't experienced that. You're giving so many people hope and encouragement this
Mhm.
evening by your strength, by the magnitude of your faith in God and what He's shown you and done for you. Even going through such a tragedy, you still have faith. You still walk tall. You're still married. You and your husband are still working together. And
Yeah.
all of these things, because sometimes those dynamics can and do change.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stress. So um
Absolutely.
as you continue to just unfold for us the different dynamics, and I love that you said that your organization is for dads as well, because there
Yeah.
is great loss with dads as well. Can you tell me any
Mhm.
experience that you've had,
Mhm.
whether it's something that you experienced personally in dealing with
Mhm.
someone, perhaps your own husband, or maybe something that you kind of oversaw, and it's like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to make sure, this is an area that specifically needs to be addressed,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to men, pregnancy and loss,
Yeah.
loss of a child. Can you just elaborate on any experience that you had with that in discussion or with yourself?
Yeah, sure. One thing I would say, like within our personal story of me and my husband, is women and men, they grieve differently. That's just a fact. Our first loss, my husband, he he soldiered on. He didn't really allow the grief to feel those feelings. So once we had a second loss, my daughter Zipporah, then it all came flooding in. It was like compounded grief, and it just shows, um, grief is a process, but those feelings, they can't be stuffed down. And sometimes men, not all men, but sometimes men can suppress those emotions, because they feel like they have to be strong for their wife. Society has this expectation men don't cry. They have to have
Right.
this masculine image that is absent of emotion, which is not healthy.
Right. Right. So and with that, you can suffice it to say that yes,
Mm-hmm.
this needs to be addressed because I'm sure that in speaking with your husband, you probably saw or got to hear from him some similarities and how he was feeling congruently with how you were feeling, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're able to relate. So it's like how there's that saying that if it doesn't break you, it makes you stronger. If
Yeah.
it doesn't break you, it makes you stronger. In some respect, in some regard,
Mm-hmm.
the fragility and sensitivity of our relationships with our spouse, with our mate, or with whomever we're making a
Mm-hmm.
domicile with, um, if the challenges that come, they can make you stronger and put you together closer, or they
Yeah.
have that great ability to tear things apart, like where you don't want to talk, you're really
Yeah.
closed off, and then those things may exist even when you are coming together. There's like a process. There's this process.
Yeah.
There has to be respect. There has to be respect.
Absolutely.
There has to be room, and there has to be compromise. So, how did you both help each other? How did you help each other? And
Mm-hmm.
look, you guys, if I can just interject really quickly,
Mm-hmm.
I sent Angel some questions. These are not any of the questions. These are not any of the questions that I sent,
They're
but
good questions.
but in light of just speaking with you, and
Yeah.
with the understanding that in many cases sometimes we only
Mm-hmm.
see things as women
Mm-hmm.
based or focused, um I don't pockets of information. It's kind of reserved for women. Only women feel this.
Right.
Only so. And though when we had those opportunities to talk about things that men also,
Yeah.
have a great big stake. Go ahead, have a great big
I
stake in it. We have to talk about it.
So I think once society breaks away from this idea that um, we can acknowledge a dad as being, like, if you think about the negative reverse, like if somebody, um, they might want to blame a dad, like this is all your fault while this person is pregnant. But we sort of lose that idea that it takes two to tango when creating a baby once the baby's lost. I don't know where that I don't know how we
Yeah,
lose that in translation as a society. So even though they might not, men, dads, may not have a physical, um, you know, like
that
I,
connection.
grief connected, because it wasn't connected. That grief is not connected with your body because the baby was not inside them. But they, fathers, they carry a pride. They're saying like, "Wow, I got my wife pregnant." It's like um, dare I say, like a self-esteem thing that a man can um, make a woman pregnant, things
Hmm.
like that. Because not everyone is
Is
fortunate
able
and
to,
blessed,
right.
is able
Hmm.
to do that. And also, too, another thing I want to advocate: society should stop asking people when they're going to have babies,
Hmm. Yeah.
because you don't know if that couple has already tried and they know they have problems, or they haven't discovered yet they have problems, or then maybe they've already had a loss. That's such a sensitive, and
Yeah.
I feel like people say don't talk about politics and religion, like put up there like your children too, because it's
Yeah.
like,
Don't talk about that either. We're gonna add that to the.
like, let
Yeah.
let people initiate whether they have children, whether what they feel comfortable, and do you have children? That's like
Right.
I despise that question. But
Yeah.
it's an innocent one at that, so like, do you
Mhm.
have children? And also, when are you guys gonna have, or
Why not?
yeah,
Right.
it's a
Right.
lot of it's a lot of pressure, if nothing else.
Yeah. It happens on TV a lot, and when you you bringing that up, it made me think of a show that I was watching, and
Mm-hmm.
there was like extreme pressure being placed on these these young men
Mm-hmm.
to settle down because they were wild and fancy free. Let's say that, but there was pressure, and it was I want to say it was an African society, so I
Okay.
can't give much on it because I don't know. But there's that tradition
Yeah.
of you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and people look for it. Your grandparents look to be grandparents, so they want to
Yep.
know, and it becomes insensitive when, just like you said, when you ask and maybe there is a history, just because you don't
Mhm.
know and you haven't seen the evidence,
Right.
there's could be some underlying history there that hurts. It hurts to talk about, it hurts to think about, it hurts to have to answer, because there's
Right.
an answer. We're looking, if somebody's asking, they're
Right.
expecting an answer. They're
Right.
expecting an answer. So the organization is called
Mhm.
Zipporah's Basket, named after your most recent baby.
Mhm.
And oh my gosh, can you tell us where you got the name Zipporah from?
Oh yeah. So we had picked this out even before we lost her. We actually were leaving the gender of the baby a surprise because this was supposed to be our rainbow baby. We wanted it to be special, so we had picked out this name. Zipporah means beauty. Um, and I see it as, it can be the beauty of God, in her, and also superficially, that I
Yeah.
felt like she was very beautiful.
Of
Every
course,
mom,
of course, the most
every mom is
beautiful.
biased.
Right, she's the most beautiful. What are you
So,
talking about?
and my husband, he came up with the middle name Jane. Um, and then at first I didn't really like that name because I thought it was like plain Jane.
Right.
Um, but I looked up the meaning of Jane, and it means God is gracious. So her name is about the beauty and the grace or the favor of God. And
Look, shout out to putting some thought and some action behind our children. What are you calling them? What are you naming them? Wow.
yeah,
I'm not having any more. I'm not having it. My last one is hope. My last
yeah,
one is hope. And the one before that,
absolutely.
Marquise, that was my diamond. He's my diamond. He was supposed. So, man,
Yeah.
shout out to you guys for the thought that you put into it. That
Mhm.
you even took the time to think about it, and many people do.
Yeah.
Does many people do, but big shout out to that, to having intentional purpose in what you name your child. So if you're watching or you're listening or you're flipping through or what have you, take some time to look up the meanings, because when you said Jane, I'd have been like, no
Exactly.
sir, there's no Jane. There's no Jane over here. There's no Jane over here. So you've enlightened me on that much as well. That Jane does have a meaning and that it's
Yeah.
meaningful. So tell us what Jane means once again. Just for me. If for nobody
Yeah.
else, for me.
Ja- So Jane means God is gracious, and grace means, unmerited favor. So let's talk about God as favor. God is
Yes.
giving you favor.
I'm telling you, we need that. Our children need that. So
Yeah.
continue. I'm sorry. I got stuck on the names because
You're good. And
that's just wonderful. That's just
yeah.
wonderful to me.
So the organization that did her funeral arrangements, they're called Gone Too Soon. I believe it's the Evans Funeral Home, but I know the actual nonprofit's called Gone Too Soon. They're a great resource for survivor parents. They offered free cremation services, and I believe they offer free burial as well. Um, so they're a great resource, as well as I've connected with some of the ladies. And the one thing I love about the organization is everyone that's a part of the Gone Too Soon are they have also experienced a loss of a child. So and they care for the babies. They actually like um, women make handmade blankets for the babies, and they
Wow.
wrap them in
Wow.
there, and they rock the babies, and they pray over them before it's time to prepare them. So
That's awesome.
they have a lot. It's just such a beautiful heart and intention, and towards all the children.
Wow.
So it just gave me a lot of comfort knowing that she
Mhm.
was going to be treated with love, care, and respect, and
Yeah.
it was wonderful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'll make sure you guys all of the information, well, the links to all of the information that is being shared, or most of it that's being shared, will be in the description section of this interview. I thank you guys so much for watching, for staying, for sharing. Please subscribe to the channel Emerge to Wellness. Right now, we are speaking with Angel Harmon, pregnancy loss awareness advocate. It is a subject, and I'll apologize in advance to anyone who I may be offending. I'm just a cheerful and chipper person. This
Oh,
definitely is not that subject. Somebody may
yeah.
be looking like, well, why are they, but there is, we have to go on. We have to go on, and life is going to go on. God is going to use every bit of what every measure of what we feeling to the magnitude of that we felt it. And I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful for him using you in the way that you are. This is definitely a sensitive topic. I am
Mhm.
by in no means, a way, shape, or form belittling it or anything like that. Just that's
Mhm.
just I always have to, I feel like there's a disclaimer I must throw out there, so let me do that now. Much respect, much many prayers over everyone. There's a magnitude of people who have experienced such a loss, and it's
Mhm.
devastating. It is very devastating. In any way, shape, or form that you come
Mhm.
about your pregnancy, it's very difficult to
Yeah.
have a loss. It's very difficult to have a loss. So recognizing that, acknowledging that, that is what we're doing right here, right now. And I thank you so much, Angel, for sharing your experience with us, for just sharing your heart. You guys catch her. She's not leaving right now, but catch her interview that I had with her in November. Was very good. Also, we're expanding on today just to give because the information has to be given out. We want it to be known, and if you are in need of such services, please reach out to her. Contact information will be placed in the description section as well. And I'm going to pause. I thank you so very much.
Thank
Continue,
you.
Angel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you
Can
look
I?
like you had something else you would say. I'm sorry, because
Oh, you're good. I wanted
I
I
can
wanted
get
to share an
rambly.
email people
Mhm.
could email to get in touch with me.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
share your contact information, please.
yes. So they can email basket of Zipporah
Mhm.
37 at gmail.com, and the O and of is capital. So
Okay,
basket of Zipporah 37 at gmail.com. And
awesome.
LinkedIn, we're gonna have a soft launch on March the 26th. So reach out and so we can connect and help each
Mhm.
other through our journeys.
Awesome. Um, excuse me for one moment. I'm trying to bring up at least one of the questions I said I was going to ask you. She's like, well, wait a minute. But see, when you're genuine, when you're genuine and you're doing something that's from your heart, the question, it's like it doesn't even matter. But I do want to know a little bit. I do want to know a
Yeah.
little bit about what areas are we going to talk about. And we
Mhm.
definitely do try to stay in the realm of that. So you share with us the benefit. So what do you think is the greatest benefit of having an organization such as Zipporah's
Mhm.
Basket? What do you think is one of
Mhm.
what will people actually gain from being a part of the organization?
I would say probably three main things: medical aid and a support community, as well as education about, um, walking through grief. Um, Even I would like to open it up to family members that are or close friends of the parents, and they're looking to like, how do I talk to, how do I comfort, things I should and should not say. If they want to just have a resource to come to someone and talk, say, okay, like, how should I, this is what I'm feeling, how can I communicate this in the least amount of offensive way? um,
Right, right.
Feel free
That's
to email
awesome.
and reach out to it. Basket of Zipporah 37 at gmail.com, and we can talk about it. So hoping to get those three types of resources to family and friends, more specifically to dad and moms. I'm hoping that we can do, after our launch, we can start our monthly um, dad support group over Zoom, and we'll do a monthly mom support group, and then we're going to do a monthly support group on Zoom. So these are things that will
That's
start
awesome.
after our soft launch, March 26th.
Awesome. So soft launch March 26th. You guys, if
Mhm.
you're taking notes or if you're not, maybe you want to jot that down. It may be useful to you or someone that you know who may be interested and maybe needing an outlet just to even sit and listen.
Yes.
I encourage all of us, like when we hear great information, to share it. Yes, indeed. And to go ahead, even if you have to push yourself, go ahead,
Mm.
because especially when it's sensitive issues and subjects such as this, everything in us will tell us no. Everything in us will tell us, well, it's too uncomfortable, I don't want to be there. I don't,
Mhm.
I don't know. You might even say there's not going to be any food. I don't know. These things, these things. That might be the last thing on your mind. I was just throwing that out there. But
Mhm.
we have these different thoughts going through our minds, and
Mhm.
everything, kind of keeps us from going. But I'm telling you, there's something wonderful about being present. Even if you don't engage or anything, that might not be your
Mhm.
intent. Even if you just there and you just intend to just sit back. I'm gonna just sit back and I'm gonna watch. Go.
Yes.
Sit back and watch and listen and watch what happens, because there's intention in just being there. There's intention and purpose in that. That's
Yes.
a word for somebody, because that could be
Yeah.
anything and
And
everything.
I encourage anybody that is open to being volunteer. Please, we're looking for volunteers. So
Mhm.
please,
Awesome.
reach me at Basket of Zipporah, um, 37 at gmail.com, and we can get you signed up as a volunteer. We're looking for volunteers.
Awesome. So if you have that heart, you want to console and comfort and encourage, then by all means, and you have the time to do so on a volunteer basis, then please reach out to Basket of Zipporah 37 at gmail.com. This information will be in the description section of this interview. And let's see. And the different I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the
Yeah.
different the phases, the three key notes or key things that you can take away, that will be in there as well. By all means, write down Zipporah. Can you spell Zipporah for us? Because that
Yeah.
was a problem of mine when we first met, and I was like, spell it again.
Yeah.
uh,
Zipporah.
awesome. So I had it spelled correctly.
Yeah.
Yes, I had it
Yeah.
spelled
Yeah.
correctly.
It it's
Awesome. Mhm.
it's Moses's wife name.
Right, right. Um, Look, big time shout out for the names, and big time shout out to you, Angel, to you, Angel, for being here with me, for speaking on behalf of, you know, you're speaking on behalf of so many, and you're doing something that is so wonderful and needed.
Mhm.
Whether you're in a big community or a small community, whether I don't know, whether you yourself have
Mhm.
lost a pregnancy or you know someone who has, please,
Mhm.
please, please give this information out. And you know what? We're going to just go ahead and say, if you're interested in starting an organization like this in your area, because we are in Baltimore, Maryland. This is a Baltimore based organization, but by all means, especially with virtual and all that, it's
Yeah.
worldwide effort. But if you'd like to start an organization or an effort like this, please reach out to Angel. She can give you as much information as she can. I know you're forthcoming with what it is that you
Yes.
know and what it is that you've experienced, and would love to help you like start off the next chapter of Zipporah's basket. I don't know,
Mhm.
in Detroit, in Connecticut. Look, we're
Hey,
just gonna see that
absolutely.
it's gonna like take off and go and take speed in its own way, because I'm sure there are like bereavement services
Mhm.
for many different things everywhere, and some
Mhm.
of them may have a section that is for, women or families who have lost infants or children. But to have an
Mhm.
organization that is only designated for that, I don't know of any. I'm sure there's probably one or two. I don't know everything. I sometimes think that I do, but
You could I share some things I feel like that's helped me through this journey?
please do, please do.
Um so I feel like some resources I wanted to share about. It's a company, they're a nonprofit as well. It's called Mommies of an Angel,
Mhm.
and it's ran by a couple as well. And they're such sweet people. And what they do is they make a teddy bear that is the same weight as your child. Um,
Wow.
and I'm not sure. I don't think all moms experience this because I've talked to several, not all experience. But when I came home from the hospital, I had a aching feeling in my arm, um, and you just want something to be there. It's like your body knows instinctually something should be in your arms, and you
Wow.
feel like a physical pain. Um, and so I was very grateful that, you know, this mom of this organization, she felt the same way, and she started this company, and it's something to hold, and it's a sweet way to pay homage and honor your baby. So they're called
Wow.
Mommies of an Angel. Definitely check them out.
Wow. That is beautiful. I would never have thought of that. I would never have thought of that. I'm just so thankful. That is like using your gift. That is using your gift and stepping out on all kinds of crazy faith, because who knows, how many people are going to be interested. Who would want to, I don't, who would want to be involved with this? There's
Yeah.
so many things that we go through, women as women and as men, and we
Hmm.
feel like we're the only one. We feel so
Yeah.
alone and lonely in our own despair or grief and what have you. And it is a very individualized, sensitive, and personal process. Yes, it
For
is.
sure.
But
Hmm.
right, but to know that such greatness can come out of it,
Hmm. Yeah.
I didn't even, I wouldn't have even thought of anything like that. And you had a physical ache in your arm. I'm like
Yeah.
almost astonished. A physical
Yeah.
ache in your arm where something was missing, where you needed something there. Man,
Yeah.
wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's called Mommies of an Angel.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um, and I definitely like I would say talking to other survivor parents, um, this is a good thing, to connect with them, because one of, many people and try to console you, um, they don't understand, but talking to someone that has experience, like you said, it's very personal. Not everyone's opinion about thing that they're going through always matches, but it's a strong level of camaraderie when you meet other survivor parents, that can relate and give you solace to say you can make it till tomorrow. You feel like you can't today, but you know, you can wake up and honor them tomorrow, and it can be bright because you have the great fortune of keeping that memory alive. You have that um responsibility, to keep their memory alive. And also therapy. And I'm speaking more specifically to African American Black women therapy. I feel like it is getting more like acceptable to go to therapy, and I thank God for that. Um, uh, go to therapy. You know, um,
Go to therapy. Therapy
mhm,
works.
therapy
Therapy
works.
works.
um,
Therapy works, you guys.
and it's a place where you're sitting with someone that is, you know, paid to be objective. They are outside of the situation. They can give you clarity. They can give you encouragement when you are, at your wits end. So many emotions you feel through grief, and can help you walk out of that, guilt, of the loss. Um, and for those that'll catch the previous interview, you'll kind of hear more of the details of my story. But long story short, my daughter saved my life, and I'm grateful for her, and wish she was here every day. That's for sure. Um, but I see I have gratefulness, um, in knowing, you know, she lived a great purpose in such a short time. And I
Yeah,
think that's amazing.
yeah, it is. It is. It is downright amazing. It's like
Mm,
bigger than a lot of things that we who are living, have done. She made a definite imprint and fingerprints and
yeah.
thumbprint, all of that. She made a definite mark on this earth. And you guys, thank you so much for joining us, Angel. If you didn't have any last things that you wanted to share, last information, I'm sorry, that you wanted to share, we're going to let you get out of here and get back to your evening. I thank you so much for joining us on tonight, for letting us know a
Mm,
little bit more about Zipporah's basket and
yeah.
like the intention behind the organization, how you seek and have intentions to help,
Mm,
to offer clarity, to offer just
yeah.
connection connection of resources, medical care, what else, support, and all those type of things, community. So God be praised for the wonderful and great things that he's allowed you to do. In my post, I posted that he doesn't waste anything. Nothing that we go
Mm,
through is for nothing. It's not for nothing. And it,
mm,
it sure feels like it at the time, and it will feel, turbulent, hard, rough,
mm,
tough,
yeah.
and all of those things that bring you low. But
Mm,
God and his miraculous power, the strength that the Holy Spirit gives us, allows us to live again, to see again, to breathe again, to smile again, to use everything that we went through to come out, with
mm,
greatness in our hearts and in our minds. So I am so thank you, thank you, Silent Professor. I am so just honored to 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 have come to know you at When Queens Meet. Thank
yes.
you, CT, at When Queens Meet. This is a fellow queen we met in
Yeah.
When Queens Meet. We talked more about that in the other interview. So you guys
Yeah.
catch that last interview. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share with us before you leave, Angels?
Um, I would just give them a book suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
And this is good for people that haven't even experienced a loss because it walks you through. As this is good for parents, survivor parents, as well as family members. They have a dedicated chapter to family and friends. It's called "Holding On to Love After You've Lost a Baby" by Gary Chapman and Candy McVicker. And you can, people want remembrance of all these things, make sure you email me at basketofzipporah37 at gmail.com. That's all from me. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Look, I'm taking notes. I keep looking down, you guys. Look, I'm taking notes myself. I'm taking notes myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get back with you on some of the finer details that I don't have, that I
Sure.
don't have, or didn't get a chance to jot down.
Mm-hmm.
But send me that. If you could text me the name of that book and the author,
Yep.
that would be great. You guys, that information will be in the description section. Do great evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Do reach
Thank
out
you.
to Angel, especially if you are facing a similar situation. You had a lost pregnancy, or it could be past. It doesn't even have to be present, or
Absolutely.
current. I'll say current, not present.
Yeah.
But it could have been, something that you've gone through, you and your family, or you and your spouse or your loved one have experienced in the past. It does not
Mm-hmm.
make a difference. Reach out to her at least, and talk. Show up for that March 26th soft lunch, soft launch.
Yeah, it's soft
I'm
launch.
getting tongue
You
tied.
good? You
So
good?
that soft launch. It will be in the description section. And so will her email as well. I pray that you guys were inspired and empowered, that you are invigorated, and you feel like you can go pick up some of those broken pieces, and you can go on with life, shining and smiling all the while. Thank you so much, Angel, for
Thank
all
you.
of your time, for your energy, for your great heart of service and advocacy toward those who have experienced a lost pregnancy at any time in their lives. Thank you so, so very much.
No problem.
I don't see
Bye.
I don't see any questions, so thank you so much, and we'll see you later. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Have a great
Bye.
night. All right, see you. What an awesome interview! What an awesome interview! I thank Angel from the bottom of my heart for coming on. Like, who has it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength, and I'm so thankful for all that she has, all that inspiration that she has, and all the encouragement that she has, having have faced a loss of pregnancy and a miscarriage, and I know several people who have lived through some similar things, and man, to have the courage to start a whole organization concerning that topic can be very large, like larger than life, and very, for lack of better words, very off-putting, and like, no, I don't want to talk about my situation, but she's doing it. So if you have something that you are seeking to do, that you see there might be a need for it, hey, you could take a poll, you could do all of these different things to find out who would be interested. But you know what, there is somebody that you will be able to touch, that you will be able to encourage and inspire through your own experience, and through your tragedy, through your challenge, and all of those things. As we connect with one another, it just makes us stronger to know that we can, that you can, after you've gone through XYZ and all of these things, you still can come out smiling, come out whole, come out repaired, restored, and all of those things. And that's what I see in her, and of the so many of the guests that I've had on. So look, take a look at the previous interviews on this network, Emerge to Wellness. It was once Chat with Kat and Friends, a wellness network, but we're going to put that all under the umbrella of Emerge to Wellness, because there are wellness vids that are on my channel. There are short videos, short segments, and pop-ins with different folks to share their great information, some wonderful tips, wonderful and awesome tips about finance, about revenue, about trading. Look, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Excuse me. I wanted to ask you guys a question about trading. Has anybody used the Cash App? Cash App has a trading part in it, and I wanted to know if anybody has used it. I know I have invested in some of and I'm not a trade genius. I'm not any of those things. Investing, yes, investing. I'm not any of those things, but those are some areas that we need to expand and broaden our horizon in investments and trading and all of those different things. I'm getting learned. I'm getting skilled on some of those things. So, very slowly. Anthony, my husband, praise God for him. He's well into everything. He has to know. He's the guy that'll sit up all night long figuring out and watching, and he's going to know it. He's got to know it for himself. So he's going to know it, he's going to learn it, he's going to be able to do it, he's going to be able to teach it. That's just the kind of guy that he is. I love him so very much. That's just the kind of guy he is. And sharing his wealth of knowledge is what he loves to do. But if you haven't, hey, look into it, especially if, I don't know, especially if you've got money in your Cash App, you could buy a couple of investments. Check it out. Check it out. I will say I have invested in a few of the trades that are available, the investments that are available. I just recently sold out of some because they weren't doing anything. I kind of monitored them, and not very closely. I'm the last person to ask about it, like, because I don't have very much knowledge in the area. I'm just telling you, sharing with you an area that you may want to look into. You get more, because I'm getting more savvy with it. I'm getting more savvy with it, but I'm not learned to any great degree of teaching anybody. No, I'm not the person. I will, however, get someone on the show. I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that expertise, Mr. Wilson. I'll be looking for that expertise to come on and share with us about trading, about investing, in all of those things. But I did recently sell back, and I had to Google it because it's not. Let me see. I'm pulling it up on my phone now so I can read it. It's not very what is it? It's not very obvious how to sell. It's obvious how to buy, and I think sometimes I was missing it because I was looking for something. I was looking for some other wording. But anyway, I had to Google how do you sell stock back from Cash App. Hey, Google it, and it told me how. I was like, okay, so go back, do that, bam, and I think I sold Friday and got it back today, and it gave me the information. It told me, you'll receive this will be deposited back into your Cash App Monday after 9:30 a.m. Yes, so. And it did it. So I was like, yeah, okay, that system, it really works. Now I've used it from the investing side. I sold and I did make some money. Yay. I did make a few dollars. So I was kind of geeked about that. Yay. So yeah, look into that, you guys. Look into trading and investing and all of those great things, so that our money can work for us and we don't have to work so hard. So hard. If you're loving what you're doing, by all means, keep at it. Keep doing what you do. Yeah, keep doing what you do. I'm going to save the rest for another time. I'll sit and chat with you guys later on this week concerning some other wellness tips. We got wellness tips coming up. And I'm just looking forward to that. This was the first Chat with Kat and Friends show into the new year. I pray that you were empowered, inspired, and encouraged. And that you got some great information, even if it isn't all relevant to you. Maybe it's relevant for someone else that you know. I hope that you can tuck that information away and use it as at will, and at least give them. My earbuds keep falling out. At least give out the Emerge to Wellness YouTube channel so that they can come and see for themselves the great and awesome information that is here on this channel, only to make you better, only to give you information that will uplift, that will encourage, that will inspire, that will take you to another level of happiness, another level of wholeness and wellness in and of yourself. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for hosting, Silent Professor. I love you so much. big shout out to our guy George G from the Good Life Gospel Show, whose birthday is today. His birthday is today. There are a few birthdays on today. I'm going to shout that one out, and everybody's, that's the specific one that is right here in my head. Him and his wife, they're actually in the hospital now. And Z is in labor. She may look, I'm waiting to hear. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm waiting to hear, but big shout out to them for the soon coming birth of their daughter. Big shout out to G. We love you so much. Happy birthday. Congratulations on the soon coming birth of your daughter, and happy birthday anniversary, and a huge milestone, small milestone, short mile, however that should look. Keep on going. Everything counts, everything matters. Every step that you take toward reaching your goal, it does count and it does matter. Keep at it, keep doing the work, keep sowing those seeds, and you will get great reward. You have to work for it. You got to do your part. That is true, and that's what God told me. You start, I'll finish. Don't worry about the hows, and because I myself, I get stuck in what I see, and of course God is so much bigger than what we see. He's so much bigger. His wisdom is so much bigger than what we see, and the physical of what it is that we see and what we feel. He's so much bigger than all of that. So take courage. He has assured me, take courage. You start, I'll finish, and all of that stuff in between. Don't even worry about it, girl. I got it. He said I got it. So I'm going to trust and believe in him in every bit of that. Hey girl. Hey girl, my earbuds keep falling out. I need some new ones because these are hopes, as a matter of fact. These are hopes. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Kay. For popping in and enjoying the show. Thank you so very much. That's it for me. I'm going to pop in, touch that notification bell, because I'll be popping in on Emerge to Wellness later on this week. If not tomorrow. Things have been, our wellness is so important. There are so many things going on, so many dynamics going on in all of our lives, whether you're working at the hospital, whether you're working at home, whether you are single, whether you're married, whether you have kids, whether you have a pet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your gender, your ethnicity, your culture. It's so many things going on, and so there's so many things going on in all of the world. Prayers out to the world over the world over, for just emotional balance and stability, some wholeness, some extra strength, all of that stuff that we all need. So just prayerful shout out over everyone on tonight, all of the emotional baggage that we're all carrying right now, and we all may not even be in acknowledgement or recognizing all of the things that we're shouldering, and we're praying for that too. Over all of that as well as what we do know and what we have acknowledged and what we do feel on the inside and what we do see with our very own eyes. God, give us your vision, give us your strength, your might. So that's it for me. Subscribe to Emerge to Wellness. Come back and check out the channel. Share with a friend. Thank you so very much. I need subscribers, you guys. So subscribe. Share with a friend. Tell them to subscribe. Share with your groups. Tell them to subscribe. Thank you so much in advance. I'll look forward to checking in and chiming with you guys later. Comment on the videos. Let me know what you think. If there's information that you would like to see, that you would like to hear or discuss, let me know. If you have a business, an organization, you just started, you're thinking about it, let me know. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to at least shout it out, or whatever the case may be. This might not be your deal to come on and talk and all of those things. I'm letting it go. I'm letting that one go. I'm just going to let it go. It might not be your deal to come on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all that might not be your thing, but let me know. Email me at trinaw@awesomegodradio.com so I can shout out your business. I may not have your wares. You could send me some and I'll show them, but I will shout it out. I will shout out your business. You have an address, you have an email, whatever the case may be. Let me know so we can get that information out, so we can support one another through exchange in purchasing your merch, or just support in letting someone else know who you are, what you do, that this may be helpful to you, because I might not be able to grind with you financially right now. It might not be my time to do that right now. I might can just share by word of mouth and get the word out, and I may be able to support you financially a little bit later, and that's okay. All of it is welcome. All of it is appreciated. I love you so very much. I pray that the Spirit of the Lord is within you. Use your gifts, y'all. Use your gifts. I'm telling you, God is good and He is greatly to be praised. I'm gone. So before this other earbud fall out, then I won't have any, because I'm done. I'm not putting it back. So have a great night, everybody. I'm going to eat. Have fun. Have a great night. Bye. And it's out.